Hello, I'm Michelle, and I'm just going to give you a few ideas of where to get started with creating your silly inventions for thingamabobbers. It can be anything you want it to be. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but here are some ideas of ways to use everyday materials and how to join them together. So here's my circus ring. Here's a few objects that I've found. Lots of things that have got mechanical elements, like this coffee grinder that's got the handle, and a drawer that move, and this teapot that's got a nice motion on the lid that you could use. You could turn this into the beginnings of a character, so I'm just using some stickers here to give it some eyes. So here are some of the things that might be useful for your creation. So there's cardboard, boxes and tubes, string, wire, bits of Meccano maybe, or Lego if you've got any of that kind of stuff, maybe some lids, clothes pegs, really nice and springy, yogurt pots, plastic bottles, wooden plastic cutlery, straws if you've got any, lids and coffee pods, little objects. And then tools like things for making holes with, different types of tape, double-sided masking tape and sellotape, and tools for cutting with, so maybe some pliers or some scissors. So here's another thing that I found in when I was looking around for mechanical objects. This is, I think, a brake lever from a bike, which looks a bit like an elephant head, doesn't it? It's got quite a nice movement to it. And this is where the string can come in handy, because I can attach the string on into the mechanism so that I can use the string to create the movement. Clothes pegs are also a useful way of transferring movement from one place to another. I'm just going to show you one way you can use one, which is to make a mouth open and close. So I'm just going to cut out the dog head from this box here. Then I'm just going to cut the mouth section, the bottom half of the jaw, into a separate piece so he can open and close his mouth. I'm going to use blue tack to attach the two halves of the dog's head onto the clothes peg. So here are a few more things I found around my house. So there's a spring, which is a great bouncy motion. A mount for a phone, which is bendy and has a clip on each end. A pump, which would be fun to experiment using air to create movement. And this is a fishing reel, which rotates and also has a little up and down movement. I'll just try putting a ball on top of it to see what it does. These are some wheels. I don't know what they came from, but I've used a bit of garden cane as an axle. You could maybe use them as a starting point and build a creature up from those. Or you might find something like this broken umbrella here. It's got a nice movement from there that you might be able to transform into some strange spidery creation. So to get that similar movement to the umbrella, if you haven't got an umbrella, then I've started to create this creature here with just a stick and a bit of tube to give a bit of a flappy motion there. So I've made a hole in the plastic bottle and inserted the stick, and then I'm going to cut some wing shapes out of cereal box card. Then I'm going to make a little flap to stick onto the side of the bottle, and I'm just going to use double-sided tape to attach that onto the body. If you haven't got double-sided tape, you can just put a strip of sellotape across instead. Then I'm going to use another bit of card to make a little tube, which is going to slide up and down the stick. So I'm just going to use a pen to wrap it around to get the shape. And I'll secure that with a bit of masking tape to hold it together. Now I'm going to use some garden wire to attach the tube to the wing so that it can help it move. Now the attachment to the wings needs to be quite loose so that the wire has a bit of movement to it. I'm just putting a strip of card across with a bit of a gap for the wire so that it's not actually stuck to it. So that's just one technique for transferring motion from one place to another through linkages. Now I've just got to decide what to use for a head. So I'm just going to show you a technique now using split pins to make movable joints. Now you might need a hole punch to make the holes with. If you haven't got a hole punch, you could just use scissors to snip a little hole in there. So I hope that gave you a few ideas for your inventions, and I really look forward to seeing what you come up with.